Welcome to Mojoyminds.
Imagine a world completely frozen over, where giant mammoths roam massive sheets of ice that stretch for thousands of miles. When we picture the Ice Age, we usually think of a single catastrophic event that changed the planet forever, and we often link it to the dramatic evolutionary shifts that shaped human history. You might have heard that the Ice Age is responsible for the diverse range of human skin tones we see today, or conversely, that certain traits are only a few thousand years old. These conflicting timelines can make it feel like science is contradicting itself, right? Well, today, I will be untangling this mystery. Look at the real history of our planet's frozen past and find out how a massive cultural shift changed the human genome forever. Now, to understand how we got here, I first have to bust a major myth about the planet itself. There was never just one single ice age. Earth has actually gone through five major ice ages spanning over 2 billion years. The first one, known as the Huronian Ice Age, happened over 2 billion years ago and practically turned the entire planet into a giant snowball. The era most of us think of, with the woolly mammoths and early humans, was just the most recent cold spike of a massive cycle that is actually still going on today. Mhm. Within these incredible long ice ages, the climate naturally swings back and forth between freezing periods called glacials, where glaciers expand, and warmer periods called interglacials, where the ice retreats. Now, about 20,000 years ago, during the absolute peak of this last freezing cycle, our early ancestors had already migrated out of Africa and were spreading across Europe and Asia. Now, our earliest ancestors in Africa evolved to have dark skin because it offered vital protection against intense ultraviolet radiation near the equator. But as the groups moved further north into Europe and Northern Asia during the freeze, they ran into a massive environmental obstacle: a severe lack of sunlight. Humans need ultraviolet light hitting their skin to produce vitamin D, which keep our bones strong and our immune systems functioning. In these cloudy northern environments, dark skin blocked too much of the limited sunlight, creating a dangerous deficiency. Over thousands of years, natural selection began favoring individuals who developed genetic mutations for lighter skin, allowing them to absorb what little sunlight was available. This is where the connection to the Ice Age comes from. The harsh northern climate created the initial evolutionary pressure for change. But this is where the timeline gets really interesting and where the confusion usually starts. If you have ever heard that white skin is only about 7,000 years old, that is actually backed up by groundbreaking ancient DNA research. When geneticists mapped the DNA of ancient European hunter gatherers who lived right after the ice retreated, they discovered something shocking. Many of these early Europeans still carried the genetic markers for dark skin, even though they had been living in low sunlight environments for generations. The environment alone had not been enough to completely change the population. The true catalyst for the rapid spread of very fair skin was not just the cold weather, but a massive cultural revolution, the invention of agriculture. Before agriculture, the hunter-gatherers living in Europe were getting massive amounts of vitamin D directly from their diet by eating wild game, fish, and animal liver. Because their food was so rich in nutrients, their bodies didn't need to rely heavy on the sun, meaning dark skin remained perfectly viable even in the north. Everything changed around 7,000 years ago when early farmers migrated into Europe from the Middle East, bringing a brand new way of life. The human diet shifted from nutrient dense meat to a grain heavy agricultural diet that was incredibly low in vitamin D. With their dietary source of this essential vitamin suddenly gone, humans had to rely entirely on the sun to survive. The genetic mutations for pale skin went from being a mirror trait to a matter of absolute survival. People with these mutations survived and reproduced at a much higher rate, causing light skin to spread rapidly across the region in just a few thousand years. If you want to keep exploring the fascinating ways human history and planetary science intersect, make sure to subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell so you never miss another episode. Don't forget to hit the like button and share this with a friend. Now, looking at this incredible journey, it's absolutely fascinating how culture and biology interact. We often think of evolution as something completely separate from human choice, a slow process dictated solely by nature. But the story of human skin tone proves that our own lifestyle choices, like inventing agriculture and changing what we eat, can fundamentally rewrite our DNA. It shows that human history is a complex web where climate, diet, and innovation all collide. This leaves me with a compelling thought. If a shift from hunting to farming could completely alter human genetics in just a few thousand years, what are the modern shifts doing to us right now? We currently live in an era of rapid technology advancement, indoor lifestyles, processed diets, and global connectivity. We're changing our environment faster than ever before in human history. In conclusion, the evolution of human traits is not a simple story with a single timeline. The environmental stage was set by the retreat of the last ice age, but it was the agricultural revolution 7,000 years ago that ultimately locked the trade into place. It serves as a powerful reminder that we are not just passive bystanders to evolution. Our habits, our cultures, and our innovations actively shape the future of this human race.
Garantangi. Till the next video.